Amidst the sea of noise in a world that often reaches them with bright spotlights and loud cheers, there is a love story that unfolds in silence, as if love itself wishes to shield itself from the outside world. This story is about Jungkook and Taehyung, two names that shine not only on stage, but also in every quiet moment they share. They may not flaunt their love on social media or during grand concerts, but in the stillness of night, through brief messages and meaningful glances, they share a world only the two of them can understand. Jungkook and Taehyung are two individuals who differ in many ways, but one strong similarity connects them. They complete each other in silence. Unlike turbulent love stories, theirs is more like morning dew, gentle, not loud, yet deeply meaningful to those who truly feel it. Their silence speaks louder than words, like when Jungkook says, "Take care," or the simple two words that shake their world, "I'm here." Their love isn't proclaimed with fiery words, but through a calm presence that's always there when needed. Even when distance separates them, Taehyung and Jungkook never feel far apart. They wear the same shirts, share important moments even when they're in different places. Jungkook often feels regret for not being able to be there for Taehyung in key moments, like when Taehyung attended the Bruno Mars concert. But that regret is more than disappointment. It's an acknowledgement that he always wants to be by Taehyung's side, to see him smile, to hear him sing, to watch him live. There is someone who is always present, even if he doesn't intervene directly in their story. Jin, with his warm smile and calm wisdom, stands as a witness to Taehyung and Jungkook's journey of love. He doesn't ask questions, doesn't judge, but sees everything with full understanding. He knows when to speak and when to remain silent. Jin understands that true love isn't about who confesses first, but about who stays the longest. One of their most memorable conversations was when Jin told Taehyung, "Do you know what makes someone stay? Not because you ask them to, but because they choose not to leave." Taehyung fell silent, and at that moment, Jungkook heard it too. Their silence wasn't an absence, but an acknowledgement of how strong their unspoken feelings were. Jin, with his deep understanding, knows that true love doesn't need words, only presence, even when it's not seen on the surface. In many moments, Taehyung and Jungkook don't need to say much to show their love. They greet each other with looks deeper than any words. In every meeting, there is a closeness that only those present can feel. Jungkook never rushes to approach Taehyung. His steps are always slow, as if to say, "I'm never in a hurry to catch up with you." In every photo posted, in every song written, traces of each other are visible. Their love is not something forced into visibility. Even during concerts or group photo shoots, Jungkook never pushes for a better spot. He simply waits for the right moment to stand beside Taehyung. For Jungkook, that's where home is, beside Taehyung, where the world feels better. Recently, the world was stirred by Jimmy Fallon's reaction to the adorable interaction between Taehyung and Jungkook. On one show, Jimmy excitedly encouraged fans, reminding them that Taehyung and Jungkook's military service would soon be over. He expressed his joy at seeing the two best friends continue to support each other despite the distance. "Don't worry, Taehyung and Jungkook will be back soon to give us unforgettable moments," he said, smiling at the camera. Jimmy's reaction shows just how much attention the world gives to Taehyung and Jungkook's relationship, even without explicit appearances together. Their silence speaks louder than words, and the world is beginning to understand that love can grow in ways different from most publicized relationships in the entertainment world. There's no denying that suga also plays an important role in maintaining the harmony between Taehyung and Jungkook. Though he often comes off as serious and introverted, suga never hesitates to support his two friends. In many moments, he shows his support in subtle ways that are still deeply meaningful. Like Jin, suga has the ability to see beyond the surface. He understands the dynamics between Taehyung and Jungkook, and although he doesn't speak much, his presence provides essential stability for both of them. When Jungkook faces difficulties or doubt, suga is always there to offer the moral support he needs. Taehyung and Jungkook may never express their feelings in dramatic or highly public ways. But they've taught us that true love doesn't always need to be declared or displayed in front of the world. Their love grows in silence, and that silence is the most powerful language they share. They don't need the world's recognition to be happy. They know their love will continue to grow, even if it isn't always visible. Jin and Suga, as friends and protectors, understand and help keep this story alive, even if few know about it. They are part of the journey, making sure the love that grows in silence never loses its way. Behind the hustle of the entertainment world and the distance that separates them, Taehyung and Jungkook know their love will endure. They've learned that true love doesn't need to be showcased. It only needs to be nurtured in the heart. Like a secret garden whose entrance only the two of them know, so is their love. Guarded, meaningful, and never truly lost. Even when the world screams that love must be shown, Taehyung and Jungkook continue to love in their own way, in silence, but with immense courage. They teach us that not all love needs to be seen. Some love exists only to strengthen each other, and that is the kind of story that always lasts, even if the world sees only a small part of it. Jin, Suga, and their other friends may know more about this story than anyone else. But one thing is certain, taekook's love is unspoken, not needing to be declared, because their presence for each other is enough. They don't need a name, they only need each other. Jungkook and Taehyung teach us that love doesn't have to be loud to be meaningful. They show us that an embrace can come in the form of silence, and a promise can be made through a gaze that never strays. In their journey, Jin stands as a guardian, proof that true love will always find a place to rest, even as the world keeps changing. And when the world begins to forget that love can grow quietly, the taekook cherry story comes as a reminder. Behind all the glamour, there is a love that whispers softly, but never fades. A love that may have no name, but always finds its way home. Love doesn't need a grand stage to shine, because it lives in the little things. In the way Taehyung quietly looks at Jungkook from afar, in the gentle smile that Jungkook only wears when Taehyung is near. They protect each other, understand each other, and trust each other without needing to explain everything to the world. Now, amidst the disciplined life of military service, their love still remains whole. Though separated by units and time, their hearts remain connected, like two stars in the sky that always know how to shine on each other, even when they're not in the same line of sight. And when the time comes for them to reunite, they know what awaits is not just a meeting, but a continuation of a story that never truly ended. The end of the story is not a goodbye, but a pause. Because just like cherry blossoms that bloom only in their season, their love will bloom again, stronger, more beautiful, and deeper than ever before. And in that silence, without a word, we all know, taekook cherry is not just a story, but an eternity that lives between two hearts that choose each other every single day.